Yes, let we drive away tribalism. Let we forget about nepotism now. Let we all build Salone for make a go before. Famulem, una do, una good evening, una morning, una afternoon, depending upon who side you dey join VOS from. We don't come back with another edition of Focus on Salone, the political and economic show. And I better explain last week why I decide for choose politics and economy. Because then two then they go hand in hand. We all know say the politicians them, yes, now then they make policies them where they affect we. And if they make bad policies, it go affect we and even not to just we, but the generation then we they come. So I want to tell una boku tenki we don't join and they are on a share. By the way, the people who they join for the first time, I always need for introduce myself. Me na Abdul Karim Kagbo, and I get for all the show for the next 2 hours. I will try for keep on 2 hours because I know say I normally I can they deal with issues them way rightfully so it can touch Salone people at either because they feel say they go after the party with them believe in, or did they talk on behalf of the Salone people them, or either way disagree with me, which is all fine. Now democracy, and to some extent, we not say now the worst form of government, but except we not see any other one like democracy, according to Winston Churchill. So this now the Thursday show now VOS, and for people that will not download the VOS app, 8. I go encourage you now. I not say where I can say this. Some other people that say, "Oh, left, they make something negative," but that's not the way you get for pay. Now, entertainment, you dey get news, you dey able for interact and know about Salone, particularly where we get the Salone radio station, where then self they interview people and at the ground, and you get for send dedication to your loved ones them. So that's not a very good thing though. Enough for be about Abdul Karim. Enough for be about anybody in a VOS. Let it be about Salone. So if una the one they will not download the app yet, we get the barcode them at the screen. The blue one now for you we get Android, and the yellow one now for you we get iPhone. So una just use on our phone and the camera on our phone and scan them. It go take una right away. Also, you can download the app. So again, within our Boku platform, then will they broadcast live. So we go encourage you now for let una share. And we also notice say Boku people and they join me from YouTube, but they're not subscribed. So again, I go just remind una say go nice follow una subscribe, not to just only for support VOS, but also anytime we come on, una go get a notification, particularly if you ring the bell. So you go get a notification say VOS don't come, and let you will follow more. And let we talk about the things them where they go on a Salone. Today I get boku good things them for deal with, but I know say 2 hours not gonna be enough. And what thing I go do, particularly the economy side, I go try for make a special broadcast now with sister network. Yes, now English, but again, people go get the opportunity for listening because because I want the show for be interactive, and then they get sufficient time for do thorough analysis. So as an option or an alternative, Usai Agro will do me thorough analysis in the form of a video. Una cable go there and watch me thorough analysis where I want for do on Salone economic conditions. So wait till we go talk about tonight. Me fumble them. All time I can make the date now that way they una go will get the distinction. So today now October 5th, 2023. In the past 2 days, but couldn't not happen. The first thing first way I go say that it go be the main topic, and Boku people don't ask me own take on that. So I feel say it necessary for let me say for Rob now about Dr. Samura, his speech where he gave during the APC conference. and about 2 days ago, I believe, October 3rd. So that conference day, the speech very lengthy though, but fumble them, waiting we go try for do. We go make them in a segment. We go just do two segments because now about 58 minutes, and I don't feel say we go want for watch through. So, but I go play first maybe 9-10 minutes and the first phase, and then the second phase where it talks specifically about a key reason why them feel say therefore go on to go on a dialogue with the government. So that could be the center stage. And the other thing where if time permit I go try for Rob Mott on is again the politics side. We the chief minister we na David Senge, Dr. David Senge, a tweet and say it don't they make sort of a progress. They get a meeting with the body, the MCC body, and part of the meeting they also the ambassador Bidede and plenty other people away is say Bidede. So we want for Rob Mott, but then as well if time permit we because a very important. And this now the tweet where it tweet. I hope so una go see him. So it tweet say it get a meeting and certain thing the way it talk about the tweet where I feel say it go essential for like we Rob Mott now about that side way it talk about the it say it hungry for make the la just zoom out for now and la just quickly read the tweet. But I will go deep into it. But for now, say in my meeting with the at MCC government managing director Dan Burns, the U.S. Embassy Freetown Ambassador Hunt and team today, I assured them of GOSL, Government of Sierra Leone's commitment to engaging opposition members and all stakeholders in our governance processes. We are hungry, now that side I get for touch a lot about. We are hungry to accelerate inclusive national development. That line there, a big line. We are hungry to accelerate inclusive national development. I go touch on that as a part of, again, if time permits me, I go Rob Mott Panam. But as I say, the main topic now about Dr. Samura and waiting him in for the country. Because some people and they say, oh, he gets a secret meeting with President Bill and all that. But what do you mean for the average Salone person? We they feel say they want a change of government, or even the one that we vote for President Bill. What do you mean? So we go able I go Rob Mott on that and give me own take on the thing that we say and going forward, the way forward, how I see him. I go try for assess that as well. And the other thing where, if time permit, where is very important for talk about also, this now politics again, and I'll come it to the economy side, but the politics side. Two things them they happen actually, I should say. The first thing first is very actually now as of today, Lamrana Hamadou Lamrana Ba a tweet. But again, I want to make this very clear because Salone people and for some reason they can always try for shoot the messenger. So I go encourage people them dear una not try that with Lamrana Ba. Because now find journalists where they give we update. They report them as is. So a report say the Minister of Information, Siba, has confirmed that the travel restrictions lifted today by President Bill include the ban that was imposed by the commissions of inquiry on some members of the main opposition, APC, and officials of the previous government. So that's now another important political thing where I feel say we need for discuss about. The reason being is the Commission of Inquiry, we all be glad where President Bill bring up and say, well, definitely it will minimize corruption because way the law bet you and then confiscate you property and all the thing them the penalties that will come with that commission of inquiry they it will minimize corruption. But now in my own opinion it look like say the current government want to use the commission of inquiry now as a bargaining chip, and that may fumble them. Now something we need for be disturbed by it, because not to something where it's supposed for be for personal reason at all, or personal or political gain. But so far the way I see the government want for use the commission of inquiry, it come through like say now for in political gain, particularly I go say on the president's side. So that's not the political aspect of it. The reason we make us say so, let us show now another political story to me, even though not the judiciary, but I think say it gets political undertone to it. Also, we see a tweet from the judiciary of Sierra Leone, say a panel of 3 justices sitting at the Court of Appeal, Honorable Justice A. Ivan Sise, Alaji Momoja Stevens, and Adrian Jocelyn Fisher, reserved for judgment the commission of inquiry matter between the state, former President Ernest Bai Koroma, and Dr. Samura M.W. Kamara. So the question now is, after they don't submit the white paper, and una all know this quotation where they say justice delay is justice denied. So after they don't give President Bill the white paper, the commission of inquiry don't conclude. Why President Bill not take action? And Boku, I believe, say, including the supporters of this administration, them baranta and say, oh well, therefore hold them accountable and talk a lot of things them. And maybe completely agree with that as well. But we be feel say the commission of inquiry, okay, well, they don't left them or whatever it is. Then for let them come back. So 2 things. So the ban on them based on the commission of inquiry, they don't lift them. So now that they use this like a kind of, to me, not to nothing, but a bargaining chip. And for like all waiting the country don't go through, that commission of inquiry there, it even cause issues of instability in the country, and all that bring cause for we do Saudeso in terms of the politics of Salone, that political tension and all that over around the commission of inquiry. So if we then look forward to better outcome, and now you the cherry pick who that you they go after, because you feel say now the agbagba of APC. So if you use the commission of inquiry at them, you go able to bend them for like during this dialogue, then go able for be lenient with you. So me fumble them. This now all this I want for put together. Like I say, them plenty, but I go do my best. And again, that not go stop me for open the phone lines. The last thing where I want to talk about, if time permits, at the economic side. And let us show now a tweet by Lamran Abba. Lamran Abba say, as it pleases President Bill, here are some new appointees. They make about 4 new appointments them. And this bottom side, una self as supporters them, una need for ask una self this critical question. So Lamran Abba make a statement, say, Naya, meanwhile, inflation has increased significantly from 44.81% in June 2023 to 50.94% in August 2023. And it is expected to remain high until the end of 2023, according to the Bank of Sierra Leone. So me fumble them. This again, dear, I beg, I want for really appeal to my brothers and sisters them. This not for be about politics. This will be about the people and well-being. Let I explain small within a 50% inflation mean. Now, if let me say I'm all making simple, so let's use the number 100. So a T the new loans, if you say 100, it means 1,000 because then pull three zeros. So let me use that as an example. Say 100. So 100 new loans, and then within 50% inflation mean, it means say something when you buy August of last year, August 2022, where it cost 100 new loans, this August where we just done so, when you go buy that same thing day, now 150 loans. So that's now the 50% increase the inflation. So meaning price don't go up by 50%, half of waiting it be like half of the way we be the BAM, they don't put half in addition. So that for make una understand the gravity of the current situation na Salone, how people and they suffer. And we all know say the people where they work, including the politicians themselves, they're not able to get that kind of raise there. Yes, I know say then corrupt, maybe then get away for thief, but then basic salary not go up by 50%. So let alone that average person, that common man, where inflation go up by 50%. So by the way, again, if time permits me, I go show una because I like for compare. And that make I go encourage una if una get time, una check the African Voice Network when our sister network for the analysis then they because quite recently I do a video where I do some analysis and talk about the cause them, the thing that way they cause for like people them not believe in government policy and also let them demonstrate. Not to just Salone they see demonstration. No. I talk about the recent demonstration them now about 6 or 7 countries them. I talk about Salone, Liberia, if I still remember them, Salone, Liberia, Ghana, Kenya, South Africa, and then Nigeria quite recently. So even Tunisia, where people have been so they hope. Because when I remember the Arab Spring, where they say things then tranga, they want change and all that thing and they where people can be very hopeful. But what thing can happen? This current administration, it twists things around and now people and they suffer. And to some extent, IMF even they ask for make some changes before they continue for release additional funds to Tunisia. So all the we put them together, it cause hardship, and I talk about the causes, and where some people and they talk about say, okay, well, they talk about the problems, but you know ever they give solution. No, I can give solution, but this particular one, where now the African Voice Network, I give solution as to waiting go be the workable solution, and I make the word very clear, say practical solution to them problems, some of them problems here, but however. And no say if una listen to that program, they una go notice say, but African leaders they not go do them because of their selfishness. They not care too much about the country. So again, Fambul them, I want to encourage una for let una share. So what do they do now? We they kickstart the program. But before I do that, I want to let una write their numbers here. Or they scroll on the screen, let una go able remember them for call. So once we don't play the first tape of Samuel Kamara with about 9 to 10 minutes to a patient because it's nice for we hear exactly what they say. And then the second one now will be like another 10 or 12 minutes. But then I will play the first one and open the phone lines. Let we talk about that before we come to the dialogue and say, okay, well, why they want for engage, why they want for going to dialogue with the current administration, particularly the first part of the video is say President Bill in government na illegitimate government. So you go ask yourself now, why if you feel say na illegitimate government, why you they go negotiate with them? Why you they go do a sort of dialogue with them? So then they will be the $1 million question, Mifambulem. So if you they call from North America, when Canada, Mexico, US, and Puerto Rico, the number where you go to reach we and you not going for pay anything, now toll-free number. Now 1-866-944-7722. 1-866-944-7722. And if you they call we from UK and as a local number, now +44 2080 891455 +44 2080 891455. If they call me from Australia, and this will be local number if they particularly in the Sydney area, it will be +61 2909 84337 +61 2909 84337. The one way I can say one port where you can call me from any side. And no matter outside now the world you there, as long as you download WhatsApp, you're able to reach VOS Live for make your contribution. The WhatsApp number when our one port number now 1-343-997-5828. 1-343-997-5828. And also, even though this program now they currently broadcast the Salone radio station, but we health show and other shows then we go try for begin broadcast them, but then get their own shows them where they can interview people them now the community, particularly in the eastern part, and also they get a very good program where they can analyze sports for we will export, and that program they very very engaging, and then they even talk about some local sports them like local football where they go on that area day. So it's very important though, and it's very entertaining and educational as well. So I will encourage you now for like and again, if you download the app, you will able to get them directly. And if then they offline because they can close around 10 p.m. Salone time, so we can just play music. But again, if you just want to relax with music, because the app they on 24/7, so the FM station na 91.9 FM and na Freetown we base. So now all the way on a cable for reach we Fambulem. So una not go any side, let we listen to Dr. Samuel Kamara, the first part of his speech, and then I will come right back after that, open the phone line, let we discuss that part today before we play the part where it talk about the reason why they want for participate in that dialogue day. So una not go nowhere, una share, and I will come right back.
People's Congress were represented here at the highest level. Now me pleasure and me singular honor for hand over this mic to the leader of the All People's Congress Party, Dr. Samura Matthew Wilson Kamara, for address the nation. Thank you. Away! Okay. Who's are we there? Who's are we there? Do ya? I know keep quiet, small, low, listen to yourself. I know so we're all anxious today. And they pray God, let us not disappoint you now. Let us not disappoint the country.
But Allah will assist me for do one thing. Do ya? Yesterday, now big day for we. Now big day for the country, now big day for the party. We all know what they talk about. You know so? The pillar and the anchor of the APC party is celebrate 70 years birthday yesterday. This not a mean achievement. Bible they say 70. For them what a man reach that stage there. You forget manana also. You forget the love and protection of God. So on your behalf, on we all behalf, our Lord said hearty congratulations to Ram and wish him the best we wish for himself. May God bless him. I want to sing one song for let we reaffirm with faith that anything what they do in the world, now God. Once again, when I permit me, I'll sing it one more time. I beg. Have faith in God. Have faith in God. Wonderful things will happen to you if you have faith in God. Amen. Amen. This, now they carry the APC. This, now they carry we all. And this, now they make sure say, we redeem Salone. And we restore salvation to this beautiful country, what we call Salone. Let God bless you all. My fellow Australians, I am addressing you today in anticipation of the agreed dialogue between the APC party and the current bill-led, illegitimate SLPP regime. I am addressing you today on the political stalemate following the rigged June 24, 2023 presidential, parliamentary, and local council elections. The subsequent stealing of our mandates, the mandate of the people, and after that, what has transpired thereafter. Let me start by apologizing to you all for the distress, the suffering, and the pain which, directly or indirectly, we all have incurred and continue to endure. As a result of an election fraud, or what we call an electoral coup of historic proportions, meaning that what happened to us on that fateful day is very much unprecedented. It never happened in this country. This is the worst that has ever happened to democratic Sierra Leone. And let me, at the outset, state that I consider it a bounden duty to right this wrong. And I ask all well-meaning Sierra Leoneans and friends of Sierra Leone to join me in this divine quest with the strongest conviction and determination in order to save our democracy and the future of our country. Both of these we have so assiduously nurtured over the years and more particularly since the end of the 11-year civil conflict that befell and devastated our country. The deliberate actions of Mr. Mohammed Kone and his cohorts of the Electoral Commission in the June 2023 elections stand as an unforgivable sin against the people of Sierra Leone. But having said that, being arrogantly unaware of the fundamental and disastrous implications to his carefully and cautiously designed electoral fraud, Mr. Kone has shown no regret or remorse regarding what he has brought upon the people, what he has brought upon the loyal voters, what he has brought upon the country, and unknowingly to him, what he has also brought upon this illegitimate government. At the same time, he has always brought the same to our international partners who observe the election processes with a view to ensuring that the right things were done and that the results were transparent. The results were credible, they were fair, and that these results reflect the people's vote. Sometimes I sit back and ask this question: why did we, the people, go out to vote in our large numbers and with the strongest determination ever demonstrated in Sierra Leone? Why? It has been a little over 3 months since the hasty announcement of the results of our June 2023 presidential, parliamentary, and local council elections by the Chief Electoral Commissioner, Mr. Mohammed Kone. And it is so without making public any supporting polling station vote counts, despite repeated requests and demands for him to do so from political parties, including the APC, the international and domestic election observer missions, and the voters. It is therefore obvious by now that the results announced by Mr. Kone on June 26 and June 27 did not represent the will and true choice of the people.
Okay, Fambulem, that's not the first part of waiting with Oyeri. And the last, particularly the last sentence, they talk about, say, the result where ECSL announced, reflect the wish of the people. So the phone lines, they're open now. Let me discuss this, Fambulem, because that's something where, again, we know the toll where this political shenanigan they cause, Salone, the back and forth, the uncertainty for even somebody who want to invest, even Salone people who want to invest, because we don't know waiting at the next step. We don't know waiting will be some of the consequences. So we're afraid. And talk less of the people in way no bondi. So let me take the first call and I will come right back. VS Network, hello caller, waiting on your name and who say they call me from?
Mina concern Sierra Leonean. Mina concern Sierra Leonean. I call from Woodbridge.
Okay, thank you so much, Concern Sierra Leonean. Go ahead, please. Waiting you take on waiting you just say or anything na the program tonight, sir.
Me concern for this net. Now for the taxes where they don't increase now Sierra Leone from the 1st of October. I want to explain to me what is the impact to the taxes to the people of Sierra Leone and we all the overseas. Because the government and the opposition are not really saying that ready for the government, for the people of Sierra Leone. I believe saying for themselves no more, that they're not interested yet. So they are the big hill. Me not a politician. Now the suffering of the people and I want to know what thing this get for big to be. I mean all the question this why they ask. Okay, then bye, sir.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. Again, this program na politics and economics. Yes, economics na my own specialty that. But clearly, if I get time, I will talk about some of the economic situation where we currently they face. Let me thank you for that call day, but I will try for answer maybe in a short form. Let's take another call. VS Network. Hello, caller. What's your name and who say they call me from?
Good evening, Mr. Cabo. I'm concerned citizen calling from the Washington area.
Thank you very much, concerned citizen from the Washington area. So, what you take on the program tonight, sir? Based on what you or within you they get on social media. Go ahead, please.
Okay, Mr. Cabo, I've got a different take. I just come on Salone.
Okay.
And I've been in this Salone for 3 weeks. And I traveled over 4 districts in that Salone. And I spoke with over 300 people from every aspect, from every economic background and regional and cultural background. I spoke with police, I spoke with military, I spoke with government officers, I spoke with anybody who want to talk to me. I use public transportation to travel around talking to people. Our country is in deep problem. Every time when you go to the country, everybody they cry. The problem with Kush and the economic problem, it is a huge problem. But I would say this, of all my time, the 3 weeks that I spent there talking to people, nobody ever talked to me about the presidential election. Not one person talked to me about the presidential election we just passed. But everybody have a problem with the government and especially the economic situation of the country. Everybody. That's SLPP, APC, it doesn't matter now either. Everybody gets a problem. Whether they work, whether they work, everybody has a problem with what's going on in the country. And you can see that yourself. The Kush problem, not to just no more now, Freetown. My purpose for going to Salone, I go to Kono, I end up in Kono because na funeral I go for Kono. If you see the problem with Kush na Kono, now the same thing na Tambia, we go na Tambia. Now the same thing we go na Potloko na Lunge area. Yeah? And the economic problem, it is so difficult for the country today. Me, I not see how any one person or one government be able to change currently the problem where we get in our land. However, with all the darkness what I see in the country, I was inspired by some young people in what thing that they do in the country. I was inspired by a young man, especially one young man what I meet we end up creating our own school where it teach kids, where it get help from the government, get different local people them where they help fund them. And some of these local people where they help fund them, if you see the kind of money where they make, what, like 3-4 million a month, now they pull what in they pull inside it for help fund this school. I would say this to my brothers and sisters, not the United States, not the diaspora. I hope we all would think what's in our responsibility in Salone. As President Kennedy once said, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. I think it is time for us as Sierra Leoneans, because majority of us just hooked up to this politics, which is not beneficial to anyone, hasn't benefited the country in over 70 years. Dr. Samura, what he did talk, this speech what he did give, this constitutional crisis wouldn't create. Now this all along creates the economic trouble where we get in our country today because there's no confidence, there's no investors' confidence. There's no one confident to come in and invest in the country. So they are all part of the problem. The government today don't have any money. The government they rob Paul to fund John. They rob one department to give to another. I've got tons of examples. My neighborhood is having there. We get problem with light, a cable light. It's a time for a week for just money to check this line. For a week, the new will fix it. Now we get for buy the cable. Now we get for pay for the cable. Now we get for pay somebody for fix the lights.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, sir. And again, at the beginning, my brother, I talk about the economic situation. But given that the program now politics and economics, I don't talk previously and say where it comes to politics and economics, they feel twin, as the Whitman they call and they intertwine. So now that make I want first for talk about the political situation, and if that political situation, just like how you say I'm so, if that they not resolve, it not go allow investors then for go to that country there. And regardless of who that you blame, but a very important for like we get the political situation resolved first. Yes, the longer this they go, the deeper the economic situation problem they be, and the more difficult it will also be for able bring them back to that comfortable level where people can go say things that don't better. So I want to say thank you very much, my brother. And if you get additional comments, please don't hesitate, call me back, and we will be more than happy for get you additional. I don't know though. I know say yes now you private visit. So I want to say I don't know if you can share some of the interviews then they just for let we play on our VOS and let people and get a different perspective. Would that be possible, sir?
Well, I may have to talk to people first and let them agree,
Yes.
because it's all private conversation. I don't like to
Absolutely.
give people without their authorization,
Okay. Yeah, fair enough.
But I will forward you some stuff. I will forward you some stuff that you can see.
Okay.
Yeah?
Okay.
I will do that.
Okay.
I will do that, Mr. Cabo. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much, my brother. Great job. Thank you. God bless.
Indeed. Cheers. Thanks.
All right. Fambulem, we don't hear from we brother and it make it clear. It say according to him, he do some interview and the interview then they not to something we're supposed for surprise anybody though. It say people really they complain in terms of the economic challenges. And what I go try for do with respect to this inflation, if time permit I go show the statistics Salone, the website. Because where I can push, show the numbers them, you get some people either for derail the program or waiting. They say, "Oh, Mr. Kagbo don't come back with in data," but you get for understand the numbers for start the conversation, because now from their numbers there you didn't know how severe the problem be. Yes, one person will say, or few people then go say things stronger, and other person then go say no for me better. So in between then two set of stories, then they either you will clearly believe the numbers then will tell you exactly what they go on. Numbers never lie unless if they kind of fidget the numbers them and way not a good practice at all. So and all again one for even think about that, say then go manipulate any of the numbers them. But in fact, if anything at all, for let we see inflation jump this kind of way, so it clearly shows say yes indeed. And on a member, this not the official number. And how do they put together the inflation, then get written and call a basket of goods. So they look at different things them. And what shown at the Statistics Salone website, when I go see each item per the basket, waiting at the weight of if time permit. So let me take another call. VOS Network. Hello, caller. Waiting at your name and who say they call me from, please.
Hello, Mr. Calbo. This is Abdullah. I call from the US.
Hello, Brother Abdullah. Thank you so much for what you call. And what can you take on the program tonight, sir?
I want to respond. You asked a very good question on Mr. Dr. Samora in speech.
Mm-hmm.
An aspect where you say, you make a statement about this government being illegitimate. You say how you will able to negotiate with government where you already deem illegitimate.
Yes.
Now, a very genuine question that one before we consider as a whole. But before I even go there, with regards to the previous caller, they say he traveled to Sierra Leone and talked to people then, but you know, get one, not a single one person will tell her about the election. Rather,
the presidential election.
The presidential election, right? Rather than more focus on the economic situation and the way things can happen, the push, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yes, the push, undoubtedly, we know, say, there's no way some people then go hide for talk about them or for express the concern. We don't see on that numerous videos then on social media how they damage people. So unavoidably, when I get for the talk about that, when it comes to the economic situation, if people they know they talk about that, I don't feel say they know aware say they not get link with the political situation. But here is the problem. When the one day where they talk say, oh, why protest? Even for rights placard and team up in the street and let the government see you or the world see say things they know they go fine. There was a time one other fellow they passed the talk say angry, and a military personnel take gun hit on their head and damage them. You see them videos and they. This is not the reason why you feel say the government they suppress people them for voice out their opinion. They know they allow, because if they allow people and just talk, not of course, a lot of people they will come out and talk, say this thing is not easy. And they know, just like previous government, they don't want to let the people and get any understanding about the real cause of the problem. Because the more the Sierra Leonean people and get good understanding of the real cause of the problem, now more than they develop interest for challenge the elected officials. So this is one of the form of wickedness where we politicians they don't bring upon the people and over the for decades now in our country. You know, so that's my own opinion in that line. Coming to your question, yes, Dr. Samoa make that statement say the government is illegitimate and they don't express willingness for dialogue with the same government. You know, we're in a state, we consider a very serious stalemate. And I don't feel say, in my own opinion, now anything bad for a dialogue with somebody we even deem to be your enemy. Let me remember during the war, a lot of Sierra Leoneans cried down to Jan Kaba for just acceptance for go meet police and corner na Ivory Coast for let them talk peace, then end the war. A lot of people say, no, let we fight them, let we kill them. Maybe if we're not being take that bold step there, we're not even sure of when that war they for me done. So they're not going. The government in Jan Kaba not go meet the rebellion because them be legitimate or them be good. But when you decide to put a country first, you decide for break some of those barriers. That is why, in as much as the opposition they express willingness to meet this government, my own expectation genuinely that the government will get all the powers, all the responsibility for push the country in the direction we're supposed to be. And then for them at the forefront if it comes to dialogue or encouraging whosoever, whether the opposition or whosoever, by any means where we country will regain instability. So now that's my opinion. So as far as me concerned, there's no problem with that. Now on that ground, I believe say Dr. Samuel Kamara, just like any let me go feel say, even if I hate the government, I vex for what happen. I dare at loggerheads with them, but that not to prevent me for dialogue with them for the sake of the country. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. As always, Brother Sise, thank you, Brother Abdul. Thank you very much. You make points them where, yes, but again, another school of thought goes say, okay, well, if you don't say this is not legitimate and dialogue, you're willing for negotiate. But the question now is, with their hardline here, now illegitimate government, and you talk about the last part, I go play very shortly. You talk about saying, okay, well, the una they do this dialogue because of XYZ, and after which he end up say corner for pull the numbers them, and then numbers then they go show the next course of action. And we all know for the past 3 months now, since the election, the international community, America particularly, don't put pressure on the government. But yet we not see then disaggregated data that they by polling station. So meaning that it almost certain say nothing sober no will come off from the dialogue. If that's not the line we then say going to be the make or break moment for let ECSL publish the disaggregated result. So you see why I sort of ask that question there, saying, okay, well, you say they're illegitimate for starters, and now you they say ECSL for pull the numbers them, and then they go determine on a course of action. So meaning that then key point here now for let ECSL pull the numbers them. So if that's now the ground for let then take the next step for determine what the next thing will do. We all know say the past 3 months. And that make to me and Boku other Sierra Leoneans them, we supposed for be frustrated, we for even be angry for very common release of numbers, because they're not supposed to be difficult task, because the numbers that according to ECSL, then get them the numbers they're available. So the question now is, let us show now again. I will come to the economic situation, but before I play the second part of Dr. Samura Kamara in speech, let us show now why Sierra Leoneans them we for to some extent be angry, for vex, for where the country they go this direction, and the politicians then deliberately, this not all by mistake, they know say some of these things will happen, but yet then do them for their own selfish reason. So Sierra Leoneans then we supposed for be angry for let we people and go through this situation. And like I say, now if you buy something last year August, 100 new loans. This year August, now 150 new loans, 50 loans on top of it. So 50 now then they 50% inflation mean. So now let we look at this tweet where the chief minister, besides we'll talk about him later, but now not the time for talk about him. So he said, in my meeting with the MCC government, Managing Director Dan Burns, the U.S. Embassy Freetown Ambassador Hunt and team today, I assured them of Government of Sierra Leone's commitment to engaging opposition members and all stakeholders in our governance processes. We are hungry to accelerate inclusive national development. So me fambulem, una see why we for be angry. So David Senge, they don't go America during the UN General Assembly. They don't do all kind of thing. They see them meet with even the director there and stuff. The MCC, we see photograph and all that. And now you dey go get meeting. And before that, before they go now UN, if you don't get meet behind the behind closed door meeting with EU ambassador. So the question now is why then continue for go the long route, and they know very well say then country now then they feed we literally. So but yet una they go the long route, una left the short and simple solution to this problem. When I for let come release then disaggregated by polling station numbers then. So like how my brother say, you see how wicked them politicians here be? So you prefer for even go spend money, you go hire agency for advocate for you, for lobby for you, where you get the solution, simple solution. Where that solution they, if they release the numbers, then they we not see any major something out of the numbers, then they APC now will continue for they do this. And then Abbas will be the threatening them, oh, therefore take them seats in a parliament. If they not take them seats in a parliament after 30 days, 30 days don't come and gone. What did he do? So you see with politicians then, how much did they use? I be watch one video, me fumble them. That video they now one Nigerian guy, the possibly the interview a Nigerian. It is said the politicians them now they talk about Nigeria, but now something very applicable now Salone and Africa as a whole. It said the politicians them where things good for them, they sort of get a cabal. Just like how we be see, was it last year, where they all try for pass by the end of the term, the parliamentarians them, that welfare, like them pension. We see they all come together, unanimously vote for it. And that same person say, but where then at the losing side, we don't know able to do anything for the people then turn to tribalism, then turn to regionalism for divide the people then, because they're not able for deliver for the people then. So this now for both the APC and the SLPP. So yes, my brother Abdullah, you say even if na you enemy, it makes sense for like you go let you negotiate with them and dialogue with them. Absolutely, dialogue now something where it will nurture peace. I agree completely. But on the same vein, when you dey go negotiate, you get for negotiate with open mind. Because if you say this now me deadline or this now me hard stop, if I not get this, no deal. You don't expose them before time. So the question now is, why for put the country through the same agony? Well, you know very well say, without the release of that disaggregated by polling station numbers, you no go bend. You no go change your stance. So why then you dey push for this negotiation? You don't make an open. So you don't need to go into dialogue. So waiting at the dialogue. And another thing about this dialogue, before I play the second part of the video, this now miscarriage of justice against the Salone people them. The election it not only involve APC and SLPP. The release of their numbers here now in the interest of the country, not to just APC. So to me, when they talk of dialogue, it's not supposed for only be between APC and SLPP. Now it make it so interesting where the chief minister they emphasize, even though he put them as members, opposition members, but it very clear say the emphasis here now APC. But let me ask the question though. According to what Dr. Samuel Kamara say, the president is illegitimate. And me agree with that because now VOS, we don't crack the numbers then. We don't do the math. We see say president we not get the 55% we're required for let it be a president with no runoff. We know that. So if they negotiate with APC, then dialogue with APC agree for go back na parliament. So now so things go resolve. Say, okay, well, Kone no need for release anything again. Let the country go to normal. Hey, bro. And I don't see Baku people and they tweet, they comment and say election done. The Kone don't make announcement and the election they don't done, dust time and move on. Hey, bro, Salone people them. That's so we they resolve problems. So APC now they no more be part of that elections day. And what about the other political parties then? Well, clearly they self they rig them. They self they rig their numbers then. Because it's very clear, say the way how they manipulate, like that threshold where I don't establish and I have very much repeatedly. Say that threshold they will come up with, where Kone come up with, that threshold, the method where he used, the wrong method. All that, now just for disenfranchise or even for shield out the other parties then. So that's not fairness, that's not democracy. And America and the international community, they say for strengthening democracy. So not to just for talk to the opposition and then we kind of dust this whole situation and move on. No. So for let the chief minister, they waste the resources, they go yonder and I'm not saying that inside the country. But for the fact say you supposed to forget plenty other things then for do where it don't clear within America they ask for. Why you una not do them? Instead of una negotiate with APC, let me take say Kone na independent, the electoral commission na independent body. Let me take them for granted. So meaning that President Bill no one for interfere, and no one for call them. So that in my own opinion, now corner them for dialogue with. Use the inter-religious body for let them talk to Kone. Let Kone release the numbers. If at all, una no one go through the judiciary for let them force Kone for release the numbers. But instead, both APC and SLPP, they hold the country to hostage. Why? They hold the country to ransom. Hold the country hostage. Now people and they suffer. Things then be bad. Now then they worse. Let me take a call and I will come right back for continuing with my analysis. VS Network. Hello caller. What's your name and who say they call me from?
Good evening, Mr. Pablo. This is Fadima. How are you, sir?
I did do well, Madam Fadima. Long time. Thank you so much for your call.
Your family. Yeah,
Yes.
I'm listening to your analysis on waiting to go on in Sierra Leone.
Yes, ma'am.
And I just want to add to the conversation. And it is a slippery slope that we go right now, because in the end, it is the people of Sierra Leone where they suffer. Now we people them. Now we people and they suffer. Now we people and they hurt. Now we people and they go without. Now we people and they no respect. But I will say again, are they on both sides? Because number one, the problem is scanning. SLEC, Sierra Leone Electoral Commission.
ECSL.
The commissioner, the constitution here and the right say now he no more get for announce now and get the power. And he decided to play God over the people for whatever reason, where they don't get bribed, maybe as allegedly said, they don't pay them off, they don't this and that. He decide for play God and, kick the voice of the people. And people are hurting because all the other sanctions that they put against, now the people, not from President Bill or the minister there or the politicians are suffering, it is the people of Sierra Leone that is going to affect. So me, again, I believe in dialogue. I believe in dialogue because so APC then didn't get chance for going to court, right? Like we don't say in VOS. But then they did not take that option. They decided to sit back and not go and say we will not participate. Can go ahead and swear in President Bill because I ain't get the authority and the power. So it is not, we go ask the two questions. Should President Bill or the SLPP, for the peace sake of Sierra Leone, for the betterment and for try for move the country go before, can President Bill also call out Kone? Say, Kone, you get to do the right thing. Okay, people are whatever. May we do this count again. But maybe he will not do it because he gets so much ambition for stay in the presidency. Okay? So, and then APC, then they do their own. But then you get to negotiate with your enemies. America negotiates all the time. Look what happened with Iran. America negotiates with Iran, billions of dollars they had to release because you cannot put your foot on the ground all the time. Now we take and say, never in the history of Sierra Leone this has happened. APC don't set the standard. But the question is, are we going to follow up the standard? Are we going to continue for stand up for what we write? Because there's a beginning to everything. And kudos to APC for standing up to what them believe in, say, we have to stand up because this election not credible. And we cannot take part because they decided not to go to court because they don't believe in the courts of Sierra Leone. They don't say courts Sierra Leone courts not they work. They don't say Sierra Leone courts nothing not they come up above case. And I'm not saying it's frustrating to we when they try to understand, say, we get to do the right thing. But I not believe, say, we go get all what we want as the people of Sierra Leone. But there is a beginning to everything. And if we continue with this kind of way, it is in the end, it is the people that is suffering, not the people of Sierra Leone. So to me, I think, say, you get to negotiate, but don't play games with the people. Stop playing games. The politicians do play games because they look and now say, we get for talk, whatever for their own selfish interest or whatever, but the intention has to be pure that we are doing this for the people, not only for our own ambition and for we are waiting a call, but is it genuinely that they fighting for the people or they fighting for themselves? So it is a slippery slope here, but we cannot put our foot on the ground forever, say we don't go negotiate. We have to negotiate with the army because the country get for go before. Coming to Senge, they will send it in tweet way put that they negotiated. They will send it is a progressive Sierra Leonean. In as much as I don't say the clouds are over this election on President Bill. But these young guys are doing what no minister they not ever do before. So as Sierra Leoneans, we need these kind of people. APC get them same people here. So the question now go be is, do we scrap the APC and SL party and go to national agenda? Do we need national agenda instead of party agenda so that we go before? Look at the example what Democrats and Republicans do yesterday in America. They out their Speaker of the House because he negotiates with the other side. He said, no, I don't want to let them stop the government. I don't want to let them what they call. Yes, we get to do fiscal spending. We get to be conservative on spending. We get to cut down on spending. But we cannot shut down the government. What did in party do? In party fire because he make that decision there. So it is like politics over people, politics over most of their livelihood. You know, so we get for negotiate, but at the same time, we can still put our foot down and push go before. We have to push go before, and this has never happened in Sierra Leone, Mr. Kango. And I think, say, we they go on the right track. It's gonna take time. Now 9 months before Kamara they born, they born Pekin. So we just begin. They don't begin set the example. And these young people that are coming in, their old people need to go blow. Even though we are old people, they're wisdom, but the young ones, Mr. Kago, are pushing the country go before inclusiveness. We get for negotiate. We get for call people that say, no matter our differences, we get for sit down with the enemy and chat with the enemy for put the country at first. So now that day, I just add to your submission, but it's like, you know, on both sides I see, but at the same time, we have to move forward. If not, with people there or worse, you know economists, you know now, you know the hard times. It's everywhere, it's hard. But because of that, look at the president. You talk about Lamganaba in stuff. President Bill keep appointing people, just creating positions. Just creating positions. Money not there, but you spend it like a drunken sailor. You just create position, they make position, unnecessary position. Minister 1, Minister 2, Deputy Minister. I mean, this is all reckless spending. Fraud, waste, and abuse. How we gonna go before? When we put people there, we not they think how we they push the country go before. How we go do fiscal discipline? We not get that. And so we continue for day at the bottom of the barrel. You know, the crepe cry every day. With people and they cry every day. Drugs all over the place. Nobody can do nothing about nothing. We just they go no more like blind people. I just now that's again for answer.
Absolutely.
So, I listen to now. I go to listen.
And thank you very much, Madam Fadima. Because it don't take people around for your voice, so now I make allow you for go beyond. And thank you, and we'll not get any call na the queue.
Okay.
So thank you very much. Yes. And I will give me take just if you sort of get additional comments, let know. Madam Fadima, you make great points there. Now, let's go to Senge in the first place. Senge, I agree, a fine gentleman, and it mean well for the county. And however, you know, now this I keep this say, you know very well, I'm not saying it's probably to express frustration over President Bill. I believe say behind the scene. But you know, say, this is a simple thing they ask. President Bill, at this point, I don't feel say if Corner pull numbers them and then numbers then they set the first disaggregated numbers them we may see the numbers then the calculation wrong. And people are where they say the election done. Let we move on. So when I want tell me say even where the numbers they're wrong, the calculation wrong, the Constitution tell we give Corner the authority for publish wrong numbers. Now that's what I want for tell me. What a shame. Say even if the numbers they're wrong, it don't give the president certificate based on wrong calculation. So we for agree on that. So meaning that where the Constitution say you forget 55% during first round before you go prevent a runoff. The Constitution make it very clear. And that's not happened. So because Corner pronounce them, say the president's don't win based on wrong calculation where we all don't discover now viewers. So the Constitution for be trampled upon. So una see how una they make complex issue trivial. So not a bad precedent that we they set for the country. So maybe they feel say at this point, just like how Madam Fadima say, how shameful for like Samura Kamara say Madabio illegitimate. And it correct for say that. Because according to ECSL, the numbers the way they pull out, Mother Bill not get 55% of the vote we require for win first round. So that make him illegitimate. So we for allow somebody where illegitimately declared winner of the election for rule the country. So if tomorrow somebody else do then when it go stop, when we for correct that. So now to Senge, why you not ask your boss, President Bill, and ask and say, President Bill, this now waste of resources and also we dey run out of time. I know for use Boku reference now in August. The Ministry of Finance then do some analysis and pull out a report. Then talk about some strategy and stuff like that for then go able soften the economic impact of waiting they go on at the country. So but we know say the key na President Bill. Just like how Madam Fadima say, how insensitive for we they go through the country, they go through these financial difficulties, not to essential appointments them. You they continue to appoint people them and they open the wage bill. The country in debt to GDP ratio, it is now close to 100%. And I will don't talk about that. Let me take a call and I will continue with the analysis. VS Network. Hello, caller. What's your name and who say they call me from?
Good evening, VOS. I just want to give me a contribution.
Yes, please go ahead. Thank you.
Okay, so I just want to draw people them attention to three things. First of all, I see they call Stenge, which one I call her,
the Chief Minister?
The Chief Minister. No. You said he's advanced, in the way they think and what have you. Yeah. He's
progressive.
His approach might be progressive, may appear progressive, but to appear progressive and to be progressive in actions are two different things. You cannot appear progressive and in the background your dealings are not that of progressive. For me, I call him a true progressive, a true inclusive person. Make it begin release them people their land first na Lombly. When David Francis, connive for take. Make it begin release them because these lands belong to Sierra Leoneans like himself who have worked very hard to acquire their lands, to secure their lands, just because you then are a position of power today not mean for say you take advantage of people given your position of power. So make it begin release the one and the way release the one and the people and the rightful owners of those lands have access to their lands, then maybe we can start thinking about a minister or a chief minister that is inclusive, that is progressive in thinking and what have you. Now I left that one there aside. Make I go to this business of, the APC, this stalemate, I should call it. President Bill elect or declared who I choose to call Mr. Bill. Mr. Bill, in his recent speech at the south of the border, say that if election be called today, that in people they elect and so much, that if election be then called on today, in they win the election by over 60%. You know, we're going to the international fora and say that with confidence, and no one for apply them within when it come inside. If you feel to say inside you are so loved, you are so cherished, you are so valued, then what is the problem? Now, people and they say election don't done, Kone don't declare results, Kone don't declare results. Let me draw their mind to something. If you, Mr. Kagbo, as an economist, somebody were able to crack numbers and statistics together, able to look at data, do differentiation, bring out, do the calculation and bring out the numbers then they. And you can come up with 100% confidence with all of the variance and errors calculated for, accounted for. Okay? You say the results, then they're not correct. The calculations are flawed. Waiting for make people them, say, there aren't people they're not there inside the APC, we get the same skill set as you, or even better skill sets than you even. We come up with that argument there. But say let's just not look at the number they are so. Let's just not look at them very number they are so and say, these numbers are not adding. The math is not adding. And so therefore, let the real truth come out. So we even forget about the fact that, okay, say maybe they say Mr. Kagbo, they say, or they say, the presenter of Salone issues, Matilda, they analyze, they say, or this, they say. What makes people think that within these two parties, if they are so confident in their numbers, why are they negotiating in the background?
Yeah.
Why are they paying people? Why are they trying to bribe people before the UN conference happened? You know how many parliamentarians they may try for bribe for go inside parliament from the other camp for go sit down inside parliament so that they will look good? If you are confident in your results, if you are confident in the projection, why go behind the scenes to brown envelope people? It's just that, just like Madam Fadima just said just right, Auntie Fadima just said right now, for the first time in Sierra Leone history, whether the APC is doing it for selfish reason or they are doing it for make democracy push forward, for the first time they have resisted something and they are resisting it and they are saying, let the chips fall where they lie. Let the chips lie wherever they fall. But allow the chips to fall. That's basically what they are saying. Allow the chips to fall. You cannot choose where the chips fall. Allow the chips to fall. So what you need to try for say right now is that if you, Mr. Kagbo, you sit down here, you do that calculation there. You look and ping as a Sierra Leonean, as a patriot, you're like, the math is not adding. Waiting for make. People then feel say, inside the other camp, they have not done the same. And they are sitting there saying, the math is not adding. So allow the chips to lie wherever they fall. And then let me get for say this evening.
All right. Well, thank you very much. And Famulem, another VOS presenter. And normally I can cut them short, but we not get any caller on the line. So just for like themselves give their own analysis. And I want to say beaucoup thank you to everybody. We don't comment. And again, I don't want for labor too much on this point. So waiting I go do now play the second set of the last part of the speech where Dr. Samua give the reason why them feel say it necessary for dialogue with the so-called illegitimate government. However, though, by popular request about the economy, one we brother we talk about saying it go want for a robot on the tax system. Waiting at the implication. My brother, you get them right though. This the way how economy they work for the most part, not to just the advanced countries then. Now Salone as well. Where then call them national account, then get equation. Economists we get equation for that. And we will see taxes again minus sign before, meaning it take away from people within and call net income, money after tax. So the more tax you get, the government take from you, the lower you money where you for spend on on things them, the smaller. So for like you offset that kind impact, now yeah, for increased tax and people do not get their wages increased, say it will put burden on this on the people them. The only way where government go justify that if whether they increase the tax, they engage in what they call spending, where go be a multiplier effect. We go multiply the effect. I go give you an example of one of them spending then day. Because where the economy cannot slow down, now some of them spending then day the government can engage in. An example, now the term then go begin make roads like the infrastructural projects them, and they know say when they engage in that, then go hire more people them. So the people them way not get job, then go able get job, and then they go put food on the table, then go buy things them. So then they jump start the economy. So that kind of spending they now make government spending, if it be the right way, but the same equation now plus. It be plus now the current account equation. Tax they be minus, government they be plus. Government spending they be plus. So the income where una they get, it they be plus because una get forgo and spend and expand the economy. So the short answer to the taxes, it reduce what we call purchasing power. It make people not get more power for like they spend party where they want for spend on, whether na essential thing or what we call non-discretionary spending. They're not going to get that money. The government don't take them na their hand, and waiting bad for let government take them and waste them. So government spending by itself not a bad thing, no. If they engage in the right spending, it stimulate the economy. Now, in then called fiscal spending. So, but we know say Salone, not to just President Bill, we know say Africa in general, plenty time we leaders them, they engage in reckless spending. Look the example of President Bill. They squeeze people them, put more tax on them, and in fact, look the airport kind of tax system. So now I understand, say some people they even go to Guinea or Liberia for go fly because of the difference due to higher burden of tax. So what that they mean? It means say Salone they lost business. So that businessman where they pay higher tax, waiting he get for do if he still want for maintaining business, for maintain that profit will be the profit, and not get another option, but for increase the price further. So then they go even put upward pressure on inflation as well. So then they now the cost side of inflation, like the supply side of inflation, not just the demand side. So you get boku disadvantages them where government increase taxes. Again, for increased tax by itself, not a bad thing. You get for target the side where you go tax. Let's say, for example, tobacco, cigarette. Government can tax them heavily, not to just for generate money, but not for discourage people them for continue for smoke. That in a good tax. So, but when you tax people them, we for come to the country, for come as tourists and come invest and all that thing in there, you tax them heavily, and they end up for use Guinea or Liberia That money they go to them countries, then they. So the same thing again, if you put heavy tax now at Turkey, so some people they end up for ship now Guinea and or Liberia, so the government they lose out on that revenue. So the best way for do is now what we call expand the tax base, not shrink the economy by overtaxing people them. Say because you pump the lock, also you they get money from the foreigners them. So you want continue for spend instead of you reduce spending and wait first take pump lock, you only like then jobs here, then positions here. But President Bill, from the onset, where you say you win second term, the international community they don't give ultimatum. You know very well say the pump get for lock. They not get for give any non-essential aid. You know that. So any reasonable person, again not to fit you, because you not the president, even though you illegitimate, but not to fit as a leader. But however, as I say, a poor judgment on your part. If somebody run a house like that, that house they crumble. Very soon, people then go begin eat gari or so some food them way we know say they're not desirable, they're not nourishable. If somebody run a house like that and say, okay, well, you don't max your credit card, the money where you they take home, that money they not better. But yet, you know how for reduce your spending. So what you they do now, you go and they take in-store credit. You still they expand that debt day. So by the time you know it, you then near bankruptcy. Because you limited to spending now, that money where you for spend per food, you get for the spender now waiting we call for service the debt. Because when you they take, I they use the average person in example, when you spend on them money and they instead of you they go buy food where for sustain you and your family, because you don't go buy clothes on credit, you don't go take in-store credit for electronics, big TV, then thing them where you can't live without for a moment or even outrightly. But you say, oh no, you go do them anyway because you get credit facility. But guess what? When you take them credits, then you get for they pay the minimum per then card then or then in-store credits then then get for table minimum. So that minimum where they pay, remember you don't squeeze already. So the minimum where you they pay per then debts then now from the money where you for put use for food. So you see how you they shrink self. Remember, you don't max you card them, but now you don't go back and they go take in-store credits and the other credits them where even though they're not saying credit worthy, but because then go charge you high interest rates, then go trust you anyway. But then people and they then get for begin now ask for minimum payment. So that money where we get extra, you get for pull now from the money where you put where you they use for food. Now the same thing President Bio they do so. So instead of the small money where the country gets until this issue resolve, no, it go and spend it recklessly. Because then people in there where you don't give position, so position will not necessary. For example, the youth advisor, president, why you get forget Boko advisors them? What do you ministers then they do? Waiting the permanent secretaries them, now the ministries then they do. Waiting the technocrats them, now the ministries then they do. So they're not sufficient for let the give advice to the minister, and the minister come for furnish you with that advice they do in cabinet meeting. Then they're not sufficient, and you don't even make extra position, even though you do them last time, chief minister. So how you for use your vice president now? So just unnecessary positions them for satisfy the people and when you feel say you don't promise for give jobs. But we can't afford it. So look, an example. Now the same reckless spend in Ghana be dey pa. They make bogus promises. Oh, each province go get each district or whatever it is go get factory and stuff. I mean, big government. And by the time you know it, they run out of cash. Then go now IMF. And IMF now ask them for difficult things them for do. When a part of them conditions then they for stay according to them. Because them again, I will encourage you now for let una check my video. I talk about IMF, some of the impact where IMF conditions they get on the average people them. But now the last resort. Because other people they need to trust you. Investors they need to trust you because they know very well say you then a pathway, you're very close to bankruptcy. And by the way, a country can run bankrupt. Argentina be done bankrupt. So President Bill, this way where you they continue for do so, you they push the country near bankruptcy, not economic collapse again, no, near bankruptcy because it will reach a point if this thing continue. When you know they get money elsewhere, and then tax where they put so, they kill businesses. So meaning that if business not run, how you go tax somebody? So then people them way then businesses then they employ, then they lay off, then go be out of job. So you they put more pressure on the economy as a whole. And then when people then protest, demonstrate, you call them terrorists. But you action them, you they try for get people them off them jobs by killing the jobs, by overtaxing the businesses. So my brother, I'm not going to forgo this extensive for show waiting as some of the impact of taxes. Taxes they kill jobs. Heavy tax burden. And like I tell you now, President Bill, the way they spend the tax, it need to multiply at all. And now say for example, I will don't say them severally. Where it travel so. And what we call leakage, economic leakage. Because within that they do, you they take the money in the country, you go help another economy outside of Salone. Because the flight where you they take, not a Salone flight that one day. Now another country, that GDP, that flight they report on. At the hotel where you they go stay, not a Salone hotel. Now the country where that hotel they, now then GDP they increase. The thing that way they buy within. All that. Not a Salone economy they help. You they take from Salone economy as a leakage, as we call them. And then they put strain on the overall economy. So President Bill, I know say the people them around you, maybe because of their job, but me as Sierra Leonean, you reasoning power, I'm not able to understand them at all. Your judgment is very poor. To some extent, I can wonder if not to disrespect or disregard you get for Sierra Leoneans then. Like when you go say, oh, now they cry, say, Tintianga, but I will do what I want for do. You remind me so much of Momo. Where and I saw it be they run the country. Till in the end, water pass Gary, it say it failed the nation. But it be done too bad. It be done too late. Now the similar path you they go so. After a while, I'm not saying you use now for use the APC card, the race card, and all the rubbish card and they. For influence you supporters there now. Say, oh, now we don't give you chance. Now APC make IMF do this. Now APC make US do this. So now down there you they rely on now. When you they make them mistakes here, deliberately, I must say, there is justification. So-called service delivery. Whose service you they deliver for the people then? Before la play, as I be promised, la play Dr. Samuel Kamara again for me brothers them, me SLVP brothers them, una me brothers and sisters them. Una get right for belong. But it just sound like where you they do something and that thing they affect you. Where you get for be reasonable. The lawyers then get written and called the reasonable man. And they appeal to una be reasonable supporters. And let's show una before I finally play the video of Dr. Samuel, the last part. Let us show una a main reason why una for be reasonable in una support for this administration. Let's show una. Somebody, as always, this me friend or brother, he can always say, oh, Mr. Kagwo, they come again with data, more data tonight. Me fambulem, una see, this na statistics Sierra Leone. So, let's click on the CPI, when a consumer price index, then they use for inflation. Let's click on them. And let us increase the size na ya, let's zoom am. So una go see them very clearly. Una they see them now, I presume. So let we go to adjust the click on, let una see where I the click. So this part, the key findings, with brothers them. This now from Statistics Salone. Even though that site where I can use now Statistics Salone, they can pull the numbers, but again, they not get breakdown like Statistics Salone. So I want you now the breakdown. According to Statistics Salone, the key findings: headline inflation rate. So the National Consumer Price Index, that's year over year, like I'll be explained, for August 2023, stood at 50.94%, up by 5.96 percentage point. So meaning if you look by month over month, like from the Saturday EBD, 5 percentage points within 1 month. From 44.898% in July 2023. So then go with the monthly. But funnily, as I mean, they do this thing, something jump at me. Let highlight this part. With Fambulem. Let us see Salone. Annual national food and non-alcoholic beverages inflation for August is 62.75%, up by 2.82 percentage point from 59.93% in July 2023. Me fumble them. So meaning that the food go up past the overall basket, where we all know say food na essential. On a member a few weeks ago, I showed on a chart where that chart they look at Salone in terms of food inflation. Salone be there, the whole world be there inside the first 10, like the top 10 countries them with highest in food inflation. So let us show una the regions. Because where una they feel say, oh well, that the mean at the south or mean at the east, southeast, northeast, or whatever it is, mean they suffer. Now the other side they suffer. So let us show una. So this at the scroll and slowly let una just see. Okay. So now this not by the food, but I want the regions. Okay, I go Fenam actually, the regions. Because let una see the regions them. Now only one region get all right because of the website. So like a sort of okay. So let's show now. So this is now by region. All regions show an upward movement. So the Western region, 43.93% in July. So as of August, now 52.82%, more than the national average in August. The Southern region, President Bill in stronghold, SLBP stronghold, Southern region, from 47.60% to 52.76%, meaning above the national average. The Eastern region, another stronghold again, apparently of President Bill, from 48.74% in July, now 51.68%, in more than the national average. Interestingly, Northwest region, INSEF go up from 48.49% in July to 51.01% in August. The Salone, apparently not a President Bill in stronghold, the Northern region. Now, because of the price, it go up, but not go up per smack compared to the other one, them bring the national average down. So the Northern region from 37.97% in July to 41.72% in August. Now, the only region that where the inflation is day below the national average. So me fumble them with this. Yes, that me brother away. They say they don't come back with data. Not to me data, not to me make come up. And I make for, even though it's difficult, but I click on them where una says see. Statistics Salone. And this is not the breakdown by region. So all the regions them price don't go up. So tell me why you feel say if it be only Abdul Karim in problem, if it only be Matilda in problem, if it only be APC problem, enough for be Salone problem, where prices that they go up significantly like this across the country. So una ask una self, because where I be talk say, I don't know if una remember where I try for assess the IMF director, where he say Salone, the economy they stabilize. Where I say, well, when you look at June, July inflation, they jump not that much. Wetin I be tell una? I tell una say mostly then they go be as a result of the petrol subsidy, because transportation are one of the big items that will jump significantly in the basket, and then they affect the overall average. So I tell you now, say, I am not surprised if the next number where they come, we see a huge jump from the July number. So me family, like I say, I they do this every day, Monday through Friday, as a living. All the things that we don't put together, what we call the key indicators them. Salone, like how one of the callers say, Salone they in a very bad shape. And I'll be telling her where Sister Matilda be invite me to ensure. I say after the election, we get for see hardship na Salone. And not be enough for matter would win. Because Anescoma and by extension, Mother Bill, they don't mess up that country with a reckless spending. And now they go deeper and deeper because of President Bill, in miscalculation, in lack, in poor judgment, where even no waiting for be priority at all. Now that country there, just to do things normal and feel say people elect them. So if I do waiting, if we don't they do wrong in the past, we take we to this level, it continue for do harm, and then why will they expect a better result, me famble them? Una ask yourself that. Now the same policy, the same reckless spending, the same non-priority areas them. It is spend money on the country money. By the way, not in pocket, not in personal money, not the country money. So I hope say I don't answer the economic aspect. And as a matter of fact, given the debt burden, given the inflation, given the current political situation, Salone in a terrible state. A terrible state. And to me, it's supposed to be in President Bill a interest for let he ask ECSL if even the numbers they not favor him, but for let we go past this. Otherwise, if this prolong, by the way, next month, IMF get for go na Salone for go do the other review because President Bill asked for extension. So the extension we then give it expire in November. So November then get for go do another review. And guess what? All them tier way they do so to some extent, except for a excessive hiring. Now for appease IMF. Because they get for ask, say, okay, well, you get for strengthen the revenue. Because for IMF, the revenue now two ways. You either cut your spending, so you reduce the cost, or you increase taxes for increased revenue. So now in two ways than that. But clearly, President Bill not willing for reduced spending, and willing rather for increased taxes and hard burden on people them. Let me take a call before I play the Samurai in video, the last part. VS Network. Hello, caller. Waiting your name and you say they call you from, please.
Amem Alusain. I call for Maryland.
Hello, brother Alusain. Thank you so much for where you call. And waiting you take on the program tonight, sir.
Well, I just listen to your analysis about these results. To be honest with you, sir, for lost election, it's painful. Just like America, you say with their right now, you see really painful. Today, even Donald Trump said he cries. So I don't blame Samuel Kamara, he cry. And I write because they call a First Amendment right for making you express your opinion. Where they call the president illegitimate, that's fine for him. When the man and go represent the country in the United Nations, they go represent the country worldwide. So the only thing this man for do, if he able, let him pen, we'll let him go to court. Then they go like how they are coming to court today for court this case here. This is they go, but they pass back. But somewhere now they don't fool them people and say na ICC they don't go. The ICC now they're responsible for court case, election case. The reality that they fool them people and too much. So we don't go ICC, they carry President Bio, they arrest President Bio, then we make for the election December, and they will not make any sense. They don't lost this lot. They don't put the eight together. Make them strategize. If they able to get the NGC, the other party will come on C4C, like how President Bio do so for make it get 55%. Basically, do like next time. Like how this come we do, we get PMDC.
So
what is election on though?
So President Bio get 55%, sir?
Of course.
No, you not get them, sir. According to ECSL numbers, you not get 55%, and that's not a difficulty.
Are the only people who declare results, not to mathematics, not to statisticians, not to economists that they declare results. That's I don't even train them for.
Yeah. Pause. Again, this not to for pick on you though. This not to absolutely not to for pick on you, sir. Now just for let we able understand. I agree. Say ECSL now then constitutionally gets the mandate for call the result. But what about this situation where currently they happen that's now wrong result? So we for still not see them as issue.
Not to ICC then go for go, not to ICC
Yes.
not to ICC judge go for go arrest
Yes.
that man because that man make mistake. Then for go court and take the evidence and put on a table.
Yes.
Say look now this this result we don't get and other point of income. That projection when you give projection not the winning result. You have to count every vote. If projection with the win. Like Clinton for the be president of this country, not for be Trump. The projection they win. That right away we will get a few months ago, right away, Republican they take over. That's what Shande Paden so that right away will not take place because of the projection them. So they take over Senate, they take over House. Now if affect the new cases now, they mentally not stable anymore. Now they up with APC right now. Let us just calm down, then go to the drawing board. If they can perform coalition next year, they win this election, they win them. They don't win this election if not, but they tell you one thing, sir. If they become second round safe, as you want to claim, say, if they become second round safe, they lost back. You know, that the first election is when we see they form coalition before the election. The ruling party, the other country, the opposition party, they form coalition for beat ruling party. This team that the ruling party, all the opposition party then come together, they form with the ruling party for beat the opposition. In reality, the people not be organized. They not be getting house in order. They divide any house they divide, they fall. And the reality is like that for confused people are distressed. As you talk the economic stress all over the world. People like that they work hard. They then check the truth. Say, you know what, you lost now. We are next time to go put the house together. But they lost the election. In the reality, sir. Because if the big evidence can't go to court. So now come to the court today. You go Georgia, a lost day. You go Arizona, a lost day. All over a loss. So why this man don't do the same? That's why I see the time in this thing. Now they go tell her they by Obowo, make it grab place to consider they can arrest President BO go New York. President Putin before they arrest when are the superpower, you get all the weapons at the wall. They're not afraid for indict the man tell and say we want students no time. That President BO can a United Nations before they indict her. That man gets all kind of nuclear weapons. They're not afraid for indict that man. So, but Belarus officer will be the weapon in former Yugoslavia. They indict the all. How the one who will go great president, the pass the United Nations. That is a line for they mislead them, the people, the voters, they know who the Salone and the stress too, but the economic stress that the whole day, don't they add this emotional stress, but they get because they just raise up the expectation. Now they say they want to elect on December. You know, they must stop that. Let them be realistic, you know. All right, that is some of the sister.
Yeah, great points, sir. Great points, sir. And again, I'm so glad in this platform we encourage people for agreeing this for agree to disagree, and clearly to me, not to.
I respect you, sir. I didn't the way you talk. You balance, very balanced.
Yeah, and
unless something you can be critical of the president.
Well, clearly, if any other president come, if any other president come, where they do wrong things, them like how President Bill, the priority not look straight. Yeah, definitely, I'm not gonna change my stand at all. But thank you very much, thank you very much, my brother. God bless.
You're welcome, Mr.
Okay.
Nice talking to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye.
All right, well, let me play now because we don't pass the 2-hour mark, but let me play Dr. Samura Kamara in video, and then I will come back and wrap up. The reason we make I want for let we really play this, now for let we able understand, waiting at the reason, we then give, say then go dialogue, we then definitely get a hard line and say if Kone, according to waiting is saying, yeah, now release the results, the disaggregated result by polling station, they're not goable for budge. Now, only way Kone release the disaggregated result go determine the next step. So, meaning they're not going to get any next step if Kone not release the result. I just paraphrase now, but let me take a listen and I will come back after that for conclude. Thank you.
Why we must encourage
participate in the political dialogue? Why should we participate in the dialogue? Let me today further inform everybody that this dialogue, which is evolving with international mediation and with firm approval by our party leadership, was the key product of my short interaction with President Bill, and which was considered by both of us as the most peaceful recourse to resolve the existing political impasse, while bringing back sanity and confidence and respect to all our people. Let me therefore, on the eve of the forthcoming inter-party dialogue, essentially between the APC and the illegitimate power regime, humbly assure all of you that I, Samura Matthew Wilson Kamara, as your leader, I have not, I will never ever betray your trust and confidence. Let me humbly assure you all that I, Samura Matthew Wilson Kamara, I have not and will never ever betray your trust and confidence. You are always on my mind. You are always in my prayers. And you are always in my noble plans to build back a stable, peaceful, united, and prosperous Sierra Leone. The dialogue we're entering into is meant to give peace and diplomacy a chance in solving an impasse that can only heighten the existing political tensions, if not resolved, leading very likely to continuing lethal violence and political intimidation. The dialogue puts the integrity and dishonesty of Mr. Kone and the ECSL at the center. The two are one, and you must realize that their actions has put the country at the highest risk of developmental vulnerability and political instability. This has resulted in a funding squeeze, both in terms of aid, in terms of private finance, and even in terms of domestic businesses, and has tarnished the country's image and our international reputation, adding to the stigma already befallen in Sierra Leone. Most importantly, the dialogue is expected us to help and to enable us to unravel the truth in a peaceful manner before Sierra Leoneans and the rest of the world. It's time to say the truth, speak the truth, and do the truth. Indeed, the dialogue offers a unique opportunity for all Sierra Leoneans to right the wrongs of the just concluded June 24 elections and restore our democracy, which has been ruined because of the quest for power and control by this political regime. I want to assure all of you that as we prepare ourselves for the dialogue, the party, the APC party leadership has been and remains very coherent and firmly determined to advance the interests of the people. The APC leadership is very determined to take it to its logical end. Usabi all? Usabi all? That's the message. Our regular interaction with you, as well as with the international community, in our quiet moments, have further strengthened the party's resolve to build a sustainable, peaceful, united, democratic, and resourceful country. As you are all watching our back, be rest assured that we are also watching your back. Such is what Sierra Leone needs. And it is what the APC party leadership will continue to advocate and fight for now, tomorrow, and even after. In conclusion, on behalf of myself and the leadership of the party, let me commend and thank the grassroots countrywide for your unwavering support, for your resilience, for enduring painful arrests, and for the trust you have placed in me, your son. You are my strength. You have kept me going. I am not, and I will never, ever betray your trust. I would also like to recognize and thank my running mates, our party chair, Reverend Chairman, his deputy, Alhaji, the National Secretary General, Mr. Lansana Duba Escort, all other executive officers at all levels of the party, and everybody else here and there, for staying focused and for providing to remain steadfast in our noble cause. We are fighting a good fight till the end. I want to express my profound gratitude also to the international and local elections observer missions and monitors that worked hard to ensure that the results produced by ECSL reflected the votes cast by Sierra Leoneans. I am proud of the work that they did, and I am grateful for the support provided to the electoral process in order to secure credible elections. I sincerely do affirm my strong disappointment, as well as your own disappointment following Mr. Kone's results announcement. Let me, at this material time, also encourage all of you to express our individual and collective condolences, deepest condolences to all Epicians and non-Epicians as innocent citizens who have lost their lives in this noble journey. May their souls and the souls of the faithful departed rest in perfect peace. And may light perpetual shine upon their gentle soul. May the God Lord, the Almighty good Lord, may He intervene and cause us as true Sierra Leoneans to see, speak the truth, and do the right thing. May He give us the grace to be patient, to understand one another, and support one another. No one man can do this. No one woman can do this. I'm enlightened by the unity within the APC. No other party has this unity and resourcefulness except the All People's Congress Party of Sierra Leone. Accordingly, finally, Mr. Kone, I'm talking to him now. Wherever you are, whatever you are doing, with whosoever you are, in whatever situation you are, the people of Sierra Leone, the voters, demand that you produce their polling station vote count sooner rather than later. Vote counts which will be subjected to an independent forensic audit. This action by Mr. Kone will then help us to determine the next course of action by the party and by the people of Sierra Leone. Away! Away! God bless the APC. And the peace, unity, democracy prevail in this land that we love, our Sierra Leone. In the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit, I thank you all. God bless you.
All right, Fambulem, I decided for play until the end. So let me take the last call for tonight, and then I will come back and then wrap up. And I want to tell you boku boku thank you.
Until the end. So let me take the last call for tonight.
Me brother, yes, you there now live, my brother or sister, VS Network. Hello, caller, go ahead and yes,
good evening.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir. Thank you for calling.
This is William. They call from Hawaii.
Thank you so much, brother William. Go ahead with your comments, sir. What do you take on the program?
Mr. Kwan, thank you so much for the opportunity back for listening. We give you for listening to Dr. Samora in speech once more. Waiting on my own take is, I think this, we know for the fine tune this year. I'm not sure if APC the demand for a lot. As I agree with Dr. Samora say, he say they want disaggregated polling station results. I don't know waiting all this thing actually is cargo way ECSL is very difficult. ECSL all makes sense. People like we believe say something went wrong. Because if ECSL knows everything was okay, the result then get because now from the police station, then collect all the result they reach the stage they reach. I believe the one we brought us, we be the in Salone, then I radio na AYV. The review paper, I see things and all this stuff. It's so pathetic for me. People like Sanowe, they feel like my people like get IQ for able to explain situation, the top line highway than this. But it is what it is. Politics don't make we need to see the actual fact. Politics don't make we look we self like say we are enemies. Even though we say we come up with this program for enlightening it, this I think say this is the way forward. Because you know, for go back in the next 5-10 years, we start stealing at the station, all that happen of the same nature.
Yeah. We
can begin a callback in. So it happened in 2018. Now, so they have like how did they make reference to which happened in a top in this?
Yes.
How will they able right? How they able? I'm able to understand. Say, if not some more for the back, maybe see them there. They have some other in order. That is not the issue. We are not talking this thing not for APC. This time for Sierra Leone, the wrongs, the more right, the wrongs, then they will move further. Now, some people. The American result, they compare where America we camp democracy. We not America result up to now people they contest. What do you mean? America result they don't tell you that the difference. Donald Trump also say he gets issue with them. Go there, he counts all the stations and they back.
Exactly.
Then judiciary then they up to speed and standard and no understand why we then I back we in America they see exactly we know. Then when they back they call back say America don't they make to the Democrats. We compare America and Supreme Court and Sierra Leone Supreme Court. This generation are the same court. Yeah, now the same court will not be no say now the same court we pull vice president who all the guys say wrong. So why would they fine tune the institution that will not say they do wrong thing just because it happened saying that to me happen, then not so happy look at us say now good or because he did not. These are we not say the wrong way APC them removing the vice president was wrong. So for condemn them. So anything where they happen back, I think we for the same line for condemn them. It's like we know we're able in our 5-10 years back, they can discuss the same thing. Yeah. For callback, we begin to call Mr. Kagbo, this now so HSL Londuba, remember 2023.
Yes.
We no understand. At least no more who Salone would pass.
Exactly.
Because Salone, it's like you said no go get attending. You said no go get attending.
Yeah.
So it's like we then secondly this they make the voters then they look like say who they vote. Then different people they go call results waiting and want. Yes. They water down the appetite for like going to registration. We all know how serious for register other different tribes people for register because of this and that. We all know people then go through the rigorous processes, then they register, then go vote, they come out straight, then the turnout was good. People so it is only the water down people they take for election. They can say, but who they go suffer no more. Look, waiting one time, and it says waiting one and then they call. So these are the things that they try for say. But when people they look at and they call people that they say, no, they flame fire for me and they not for the talk the election not pass, no man be we then go back 2028. Yes. How it is very wrong they say when they carry forward the wrong there.
Exactly.
It's pathetic. What educated people and they talk say, but this year did happen in 2012. Madam, you're gonna cost India. Oh, it was wrong in 2012.
Yes.
So if you wrong back in 2023, why can't we pitch up now?
Exactly.
And then move further for 2028. Make similar things that this more talk about other things now. More let them petty now. How one day possible they come. Then now they look at the election at APC in the Somu block. When all the players say it's just for get in mind for talent. APC say we don't publish any result there. Una do it now for Duba. These are the results for the call for. APC they still do this. They won't know next week you go do APC. Won't know next week you go do Samura Kamara. Una see no more. They say everything for beer. These are past the house will not be there in order than be the suspect. That is not the issue. We don't talk about them. We talk about the ECSL, the results. AU and EU, they all get issue. Why one way possible they always affairs up? Then we forget about the first thing. Now they go blame other people. Like.
Yeah.
This is not about APC. This is not about American. And they talk about APC. They talk about the Salone people and want this kind of thing. And this thing. Why you get this thing? Why you they make it for publish this thing like say your institution like your institution will get not governed by law. People they say law now they will tell and say for publisher. Who's law back we tell we say enough for publisher. Me now want know back. Which law way if you publish that result, who's law way don't break. Anybody they talk say the law not get the constitution or the law not get the power say if for publisher. Who's law we tell them back say enough for publisher, Mr. Kago. Me show me that law they back will tell me say another rights for publisher because the institution will build on transparency and accountability. If most say if the people of vote to Samoa said now 1.something million people will vote. If 1.something million people they demand this thing, why can't you do that? Why can't you do this simple and straightforward because
Anyway,
it's for make Salone they see then see that and the people they can't because they just put the blame saying none of the farm how they call her. They blame the issues then. But this is not this because you know what for continue to do this program throughout your lifetime, come back again 2028, they can't discuss this the same thing, election malpractices, fraud, this, that. Why make America they insist they do the right thing? Because we got some things for conscience paper. Make we do the right thing and move forward. Most of them they do the wrong things, you can't carry forward and say, I'm go, then not be seen. No, not to your own business. Then they also not be there in order. Mother Bureau campaign everywhere. That is not the issue. The issue ACSL for publishing results by police station. Forget about APC and IRS form. We will not get issue with APC. We want to make ACSL publish and make APC then come back again and can tell you say this and that. Because that now the one part the thing another way they cry for say they need that thing. Which all ACSL now like say in a secret society way. No, not for producer. Then because they at standstill and people they look at ACSL. Even with president. If you're not listening, president, you know they are this thing. You know they will call corner tell and say do this thing. The country they suffer 400 million they at stake. When we for use to develop the country.
Thank you so much.
For bless you.
Yeah, thank you so much, my brother. I not get much for say. You don't say I'm all for me, sir. And I thank you for that. So I make I give extra time for let you conclude that nicely for me, and you conclude that really well. Because this is something where myself, I don't sleep awake how many nights. And they ask myself, waiting at the big deal. ECSL in work now for tally they conduct the elections, tally the result, publish the result as is. Nothing no secret about that. And just like how my brother last say, so we look again. The chief minister, they go all meeting with this person, with that person. They I get fruitful meeting with this person. Ebo, unnecessary. And to me, let's go now to the video. Me family, I don't feel say this dialogue even necessary. And not necessary at all. We don't need this dialogue because this dialogue, remember, Bintumani, whatever way President Bill come up with, now waste than just waste money. And is solve any issue? No. Because them dialogue, yeah, when you they go into them, whether you call them dialogue / negotiation, you get forget open mind. You know they play games. Because when you play games with any kind of negotiation here, you do what we call erode trust. And now it happened in America, where the speaker in party, it broke then trust. Because they tell them what they want before ever I go negotiate with Biden. It do something different. It come up behind them. And what did he do, Mark? It broke the trust between he and Democrats. Because if the Democrats them be vote for him, it be just need 7 votes. We go counter the Republicans them if we be retain in position. But where I be they watch CNN, one of the Democrat members them say repeatedly it don't broke them trust. They negotiate, he tell them say, okay, well, I go do this, I agree with you and all that. When time come for implement, he do something different. It shock people them in a negative way. So that trust broken. So now where it come, you see how it happen? It suffer for that. Now the same thing again, President Bill. Several opportunities, it don't broke the trust where the negotiation you get. So APC not trust the government. The government self, they play games. Then get to say, feel say, okay, well, we will promise them something, and after this whole thing don't pass, we kick them out, or whatever it is. Trust not they. So to me, this dialogue is not necessary, particularly at this time, given the issue. The only necessary thing for doer is release the result. Now somebody writes, say, America no get Salone. Why the chief minister they spend the country resources? Then can America go get try for fan hire agency for let them negotiate on their behalf, talk to American Congress people, American senators, then talk to the MCC director, CEO. Why did they do all that? So to me, let them just do the right thing. Salone people and they suffer. So the country they're in a very precarious situation. Very difficult situation for we people them back home. And me family them are Sierra Leonean where they outside of Salone. It's supposed to be we issue. Latapia, but one thing where I go say, for una we watch the entire video, Samuel Kamara, he also address the parliamentarians them, say let them not worry, it will be part of the negotiation for let them go get them the entitlement, and it will be retroactive, meaning they will begin from all the side the way they don't miss. So that will be part of the negotiation. So una see, not in the interest of Sierra Leoneans them all. Like how the last caller say, if indeed now in the interest of Sierra Leone, the first thing first, we will try for strengthening with election or with democracy. This not the strength in democracy by accepting somebody where illegitimately they at the seat. Not to democracy that. Not to the people and put on there. So it's like a selection, not to election. So APC and SLPP then will come and then make go into dialogue, and then whatever they agree on at that small room day, if it be Salone people and don't talk? Absolutely not. I keep they remind Sierra Leoneans them of some of them precedents here. Una can they feel say, oh, now wish I they wish part for the country, and not for the Sidoya, where I know they get paid. But because of my country, it bother me. I they feel them. So when I imagine if other president come there, you know very well say the people do not want them. A bribe the electoral commissioner, a call whatever number, and then he say, okay, well, you know what, for let we move forward, I will bring Unanami government. So that means he go continue for be president. Because now that they want. So now that kind democracy they Salone deserve after all longer successive democratic exchange of power, Tijan Kaba and Eskoroma, and now Madabio we talk. We want for reverse them progress then they. Hey, my brother there. Let we not even condone dialogue. To me, I don't feel say dialogue for be the number one thing at this point. Because that democracy, not to through dialogue we for choose we leader. That they wrong. Not to democracy that one day. At all. Because of the people that don't vote. Waiting so difficult, you show them, say, okay, well, now, yeah, una vote, now, this way, una vote, and we'll call the vote, una see, now, this, now, the total number, and this person gets a percentage of this total. Waiting difficult about that. Why we for dialogue for that? Why we for really? Why? And by the way, though, let just kind of use hypothetical scenario now. What if all this negotiation then they end up for say government of national unity, and then few months down the road, President Bill reshuffle in cabinet and sack them people here. We not don't go back to square one. Where then go say, oh no, not to the arrangement. Just like how President Bill treat NGC. Now NGC then they regret. And waiting them be sell to Salone people them. They say they do this. Try for form coalition or alliance with the government for strengthening democracy and for also push the development of Salone go before. Then they put Salone first. It happened. And we all hear waiting the current or the acting chairman, Brother Jesmed Suma, where he make it clear and he said then go court and stuff. So if all this dialogue say national unity, may hypothetical question, and then they'll end up for reshuffle in cabinet, and the people already then go give position, if fire them. And constitutionally, if then declare them that way they, as the president, constitutionally, it gets the mandate for hire and fire anybody. So we don't kick the can down the road. So now feel say this go work? Absolutely, in my opinion, it's a no. It not get for work. President Bill or even Samuel Kamara are not going to work in that kind of condition there at all. So as a result, me not want let them do any form of dialogue for choose the president for we. Let the people then choose the president where they want for lead them. And they don't do that. So it just left us ECSL. And like I say, if in my opinion, their numbers then they be right, maybe I know we talk too much. But when you do the simple math, where primary school self begin for able put up together that math day, but yet the math blatantly wrong. And another thing before I come to the show, I want to ask myself, I say let not be say the ECSL deliberately do this so President Bill forget Atamo. Because it really surprised me for like they're not going to revise the numbers them. As simple as just adding this plus this. Not to any calculus where you go involve some manipulation. Now straightforward math. But yet they get it wrong. I begin ask myself, now deliberate something that ECSL don't tire with respect to the pressure. So they want for do this, let people know say the numbers they're not correct. So then go able get the country for unite and say, okay, well, let them pull the numbers them, because probably they scared for pull the numbers, but then just one for fan reason for let we put pressure on them now. So okay, well, their number I will now use for declare President Bill the winner, their numbers here do not add up. So then when I pull the raw data or the polling station, I begin wonder. So possibly not that. So Fambule, let we try for read in between the lines. I know say call out don't come, but still let we end them so. I saw you are not able to take on a calls them again, but let we end them this way. So if somebody want to know my position over this dialogue, the position is unnecessary. At this point, dialogue not necessary, because it will further kill the trust, and down the road it will go back to this level, because it not solve the problem at all. So the only way with this problem will be solved, whether APC agree or SLBP agree, now for let we get the disaggregated data. So that disaggregated data, then if the support President Bill say it get over 56%, over 55% of the total valid votes, and no need for worry about what APC think. Just like how it happened 2018. Whether Samuel Kamara agree or not, now your fundamental human right. But guess what? It not affect President Bill. The international community will be active for that election day. They accept President Bill. And then pour in resources in the country. It just happens, so unfortunately, it misuse a lot of that resources there. We don't push the country into this kind of extra hardship. So me fambulem na me take that one day. I not agree for any dialogue. And I go tell me back where I come na this station after the dialogue. And I go tell me say Mr. Kago say am. And not yield any fruit. And not go yield any sober fruit at all. Because the fundamental issue no resolve. Until they resolve the fundamental issue, before anything meaningful will come out of any arrangement so far. I want to tell una boku thank you with una family. Let God bless una with una family. Let God direct with politicians them. And somebody be say the last time, oh, President Biona XYZ, why you they bless them? No, we for bless them. Again, as I say, now them they choose for Sierra Leoneans them waiting for spend the country money on. So if God directs them on the right path, then spend the money wisely, Salone go better. But if they not choose them priority straight, then they spend on something where not to any priority for the development of the country or for reduce the poverty in the country, then we go stuck. The pikin they yet unborn go stuck with that problem there. So as a result of that, let we bless them, let God bless them, direct them for we, let them do the right thing. And let God bless viewers, let God bless the presenters them, let God bless everybody, the viewers them as well. And above all, I'm not going to forget, as now one gram of my salon we get, let God bless the land where me and you proudly, regardless, no matter what, we proudly call Sierra Leone, when are we motherland. Until next Thursday, by God's grace, I will come back. And by the way, Sister Matilda, if you dey watch, people and say they want for Subako Saturday. So it look like say they not be like waiting how I handle the program. So dear be come back there. So by God's grace, Matilda go join una this Saturday next tomorrow. We now 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And Freetown, it don't late a little bit. It will be 9 o'clock. And then UK, it will be 10 o'clock. By God in power, Matilda will join una then. And until next week, for another episode of politics and economics under the program focus on Salone. Me, na Abdul Karim Kagbo, they say, thank you and una tata.